And I swear,
What?
by the moon and the stars in the sky. And welcome back after weeks of hiatus because COVID said, fuck you, Mike Knoxxx. We're going to take you over. But we're back. We're safe and we're healthy. And we're talking the thing we love most, and that's One Tree Hill. And in this season, I don't care. Talk about Franklin. Talk about any kid you want to talk about in the history of television. There is no cuter kid than the kid you meet in season 5. And James Lucas Scott. I said it. Come at me, bro. Hey, I'm your host, as you can see. Hey, you, Mike Knoxxx, and I am joined by no other than Captain Shaykespeare. What's going on, Captain?
Not much. I'm excited to get into this season. This is actually one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It's in the top 2 for sure.
You know, when you speak One Tree Hill, I go, seasons, tops, best. This was pretty damn good. All right, but it's hard to top season 3. Season 3 just said, we're not done. You don't even know we went to season 4 because season 3 and season 4 just runs together. That's how great season 3 was to me. But we are here. We are finally, we went through season 1, season 2, season 3, 4, and now we're at 5. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you will correct me. Season 1 starts off with, was it 4 years, 6 months, and 2 days later? Life has changed in Tree Hill. Things are different in Tree Hill. And this one episode, for what it's worth, did a really good job of catching you up on what you missed for 4 years, 6 months, and 2 days later. Shay, take it away.
Yes, so we jump right into it, and Lucas is a basketball coach who also writes on the side. He has a new girlfriend.
God,
Lindsay.
Those green eyes.
She's beautiful. That's absolutely true. But I feel like he was looking for a girl that had the same attributes as
Of course you do.
Hey, come on, it was just a little uncanny here. But he's doing that. I think, and he's also doing with Skills. It's not just him; it's him and Skills, which I thought was so cute. I just love their dynamic so much.
Yo, dog, they had to give him a job somewhere, dog.
Not the dog. No, I just love their dynamic, and I'm also glad that with the jump, Skills gonna get lost in the shuffle because I know a lot of times with those background characters
that happens.
So.
Well, I like Dog better than Bro. That's just me.
Yeah, no, Dog is kind of.
Rest in peace, Diamond Stud. Different show for different day, but had to wear it. Had to wear my Scott Stall hot show. But 4 years, 6 days. Yeah, 6 months. 2 days later. Right. So last time we left off with season 4, where we had the birth of the greatest kid in TV history, James Lucas Scott. That led us to this 4 years later. So I did like this. We talked about this a little bit backstage, that they just happened to erase those college years. Because a lot of times with these kind of teeny bopper, whatever you want to refer to them, kind of shows, when you go into college, I think 902, Beverly Hills 90210 is the only one that did it's very good, in my opinion. But they took you through the college life of these guys. Saved by the Bell, the college years to me struggled in this. And this, go ahead.
You know who did a good job with that also too? Boy Meets World. I can't even lie. I love.
Yes, they did. You know what's funny? I'm glad you brought that up. I just started rewatching Girl Meets World again. I didn't finish the last season. I said, you know what? I owed it to finish off the season. So I started Girl Meets World a couple nights ago, going to bed. I actually like this show, but you have to be a fan of Boy Meets World to even accept Girl Meets World, because it's not the same show. It's 100% Disney-fied and what it is. But I still like it. I still thought it was cute. But we fast forward 4 years. You're saying Lucas becoming a coach. Skills is helping him become a coach. We got Peyton. Is she successful? Is your girl successful right now?
My girl is having one of her existential crises.
Let me unbutton one of my buttons here. I'm sorry.
I feel like for Peyton, the whole job thing, and having a success, that's something that's obviously important to her, but it always has to revolve around music. But I feel like the main thing for her, because of everything she's lost, was having love. That was her main thing. So yeah, she had a job at a corporate office, but she was not fulfilled because she didn't have that one thing that I think is the most important, for her, which is love. So she was floundering. Okay, she was floundering in LA at this point.
For what it's worth, it's Los Angeles. It's not a guaranteed place. You go to LA for the opportunity.
Mhm.
You know, you don't go for the, to hope the opportunity becomes successful. And she saw the bad side of the music business.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You have the creeper in season 1, her boss who's like, hey, you want to come in this meeting? Drop that button. That's LA. That's LA. I know everybody gets mad at Harvey Weinstein now. If you watch Entourage, that's Hollywood. Women, guys, whoever you want to put into that category, the Corys will tell you it's not just women who get taken advantage of in Hollywood. So does the men.
Yeah,
So,
everyone, absolutely anyone who is, gullible enough or, like desperate enough to get into that position.
Did you just say your girl Peyton was gullible?
No, she wasn't gullible, but I think she really wanted to be a part of it.
Did she not unbutton her blouse to get into that meeting?
Gullible. I think that just makes her like.
I was just picking on that part.
Speaking of successful, Brooke Davis is in New York and she has Clothes Over Bros. It's a whole global thing that her and her mother built. Well, mostly her, but her mom came and kind of gave her the connections.
Okay.
And kind of build it.
The mother we didn't see for 4 years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Now she's so influential and mom's life and Brooks Davis' life. I mean, like, seriously, like, you should stop brooking yourself at this point. But with all due respect, I mean, Catherine is a bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, is it okay for me to call somebody's? I mean, I shouldn't say that, right? It's a woman still.
No, she is kind of. No, she actually is.
I mean, they called her a bitch about the show. I just figured it was okay to call her that since
chance she gets because she is one. And then we move on to Nathan and Haley with the cutest little kid, Jamie. Look at how cute he is.
Like, you can't see the picture, and cell phones can just eat it. But I think we have a picture. Look at this kid here. Look at this kid. I'm sorry. Who the hell is that with all this damn hair?
That's Nathan.
What happened to Nathan?
Oh, Nathan got thrown through a window because he wanted to be a tough guy, and glass was slodged.
Nathan is a tough guy,
but sometimes you have to walk away. That's the thing with Nathan, and that's always been kind of his issue. Is he doesn't know how to walk away. He's very in the moment, heated if he's really angry. And it's so funny because Lucas was really trying to say, let's just leave, man. Let's just leave.
I wish you'd have got the pictures of him trying to, of those pictures. He had a shoe deal. Nathan actually slated to be drafted by Seattle. He goes through college, through this, junior college. He's still Nathan, so people still want him. So he's still draftable. Again, remember, I watched this show thinking it was going to be a show about basketball and white guys, and it has nothing to do with basketball. It's like the underling of the entire show. But he finally gets his chance. He's at his sneaker release, and well, like she just said, he didn't listen very well, Shay, and he got tossed to a damn window. And as you know, he's crippled.
He grew his hair out. I'm like, okay, like, do guys just grow their hair out when they're upset?
I can't grow hair. All right, like, I want a haircut now, but I'm leaving for Mania next week, and I don't, if they cut your hair now and you're leaving in a week, you just got to wolf for a week. You just got to wolf. Hence the hat. Okay, if I took the hat off, you're feeling like Carlton from Bel Air. Hairline way back here. Got a line in though, but way back here. Got a 5 head to the forehead.
This new show, from what I'm gathering.
Oh, I love Bel Air. Just a side note, I love Bel Air, but I'm also mature enough to understand that I can understand I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. She's moving with my auntie and uncle in Bel Air. Like, what kind of fight was that? You got sent all the way to Los Angeles. I think this show in modern times and what we're smarter, intelligent fans today as we are. Sorry about that. As we were then, I just think it was a great thing to do.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to watch it. I just haven't had the time, and I'm one of those people, like, I really want to give time to a show. Watch it. I don't want to just be like, oh, let me, slipping on. Nah. So yes. Oh, I forgot because I remember this. The infamous button pop, the button drop. I was like, what does that mean? Because Peyton she doesn't really have that much boobs, but I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess I told you, pervy boss, right? Like, yeah. Peyton didn't have much. It's just like, even when she unbuttoned it, she didn't unbutton 2 more to even show her bra. You know what I mean? Like, and clearly she's wearing Clothes Over Bros. Just saying.
Of course, always. So Peyton is walking, and she sees Lucas's book, which she buys every time she sees it.
I love this scene, honestly, where she's walking LA. You get to see how LA is. She's on Sunset Drive, and the dress she got on, it's typical. Like everybody looks at stories and makes stories to represent Sex in the City. I thought if you've ever watched Sex in the City, this was that snippet of LA life of Sex in the City. She's by herself. She's in a new city. She went to the city to become successful. It's what she goes to at work at night. I love this scene. I love the visual effects of this scene.
Me too. Me too. Absolutely.
Damn, I just said something nice about Peyton.
Oh my God. I mean, listen, Peyton was a lot more grown up this season. Yeah, she has some little drawbacks. Definitely. Especially when it comes to Lucas. Like, she cannot think straight when it comes to Lucas. And that's
Can you? I mean, it's Lucas. If he was in front of you right now, if I said, hold on, I got a surprise for you, and turn this 2-person show into a 3-person show, could you compose yourself? Oh, look at that spot just waiting for him. Look at that spot right there, just waiting on James Lucas Scott to chime in. See, look at you couldn't compose yourself. He said, don't pick on your girl because she can compose herself. All right, then.
So Haley is going through it because she's just trying to be strong and hold together the fort as Nathan has decided to wallow in self-pity, and he's at the point where he can, work out and start walking again, but he's just decided, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to sit in this wheelchair and,
be a fucking punk. I said it. Be a punk. You a punk. He a punk.
Bad for all the stuff he's doing, breaking up all the trophies, making noise, traumatizing his child. Like,
Jamie can't play basketball because you got thrown out of a window. Like,
it's so unreasonable. That's what I hate. That's one trait about Nathan that I hate. When he's angry and when he's really upset about something, you're gonna know. Like, the whole block is gonna know that he's upset about something.
The block is hot when Nathan is mad.
Yeah, and Haley's starting her teaching. She's starting her teaching, which we all knew. Tutor girl, like, oh,
tutor girl.
Come on, of course she is. But she has a very difficult student named Quentin Fields, who I don't even know what the.
I'll hold these back for season 6, just so you know. Just sorry.
I'm crying. Not this.
Oh,
not this.
Yayer.
Don't even start. Not that dance.
Yayer. Watching that little boy dance is the greatest thing ever to me. I'm sorry. I hope he ain't ugly today. I should look him up today. Like, how does James look?
Regular.
Okay.
Like a regular teen kid.
Okay.
He's still acting too, so that's good.
Wow, I haven't seen him in anything. That's a shame, Lucas James Scott.
Yeah. So Haley's doing that, and Quentin is also on the basketball team, and he's also giving Lucas and Skills a hard time. For what reason, I don't know. And so Lucas was like, yeah, no, we're good. You can go. That's it. I love that because it's like, Lucas type of person, you're not gonna get power out of me. Like, if you want to be an ass, you can go be an ass somewhere else. You're not gonna disrupt everything. Even if, you're, the best. Like, I feel like Quentin was supposed to be another Nathan. Like that someone
he was supposed to be. 100% agree with that. I thought he was supposed to be that way as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I could see so many. I think that's why, later on they, connect so much, because I feel like Nathan saw so much of himself in
him. Yeah,
absolutely. So, which is funny, which I think is why later on Lucas wants to kind of recruit Nathan specifically. I don't think he said it, but I think in Lucas's mind, he like, yeah, you used to be an asshole like this. Maybe you can help him.
That's exactly what he said. You're the dick he was, so maybe one dick can help another dick, and y'all can get it straight. But Quentin is. It's just, you have to watch the show. For those who are watching this show, means you've watched the show. If Quentin didn't touch your heart and your spirit and what he did, despite being all the tough, hard exterior that he was, I learned to understand his story and where he was coming from. He was exactly Nathan, minus the money. Nathan had the money, so it was different. So Nathan wanted to get out and become a basketball player better than his father, but Quentin was doing it for his mama, which most young black athletes do it for. Their father left, or or even if father's there, they're just not. Dad's working 2 jobs. Like Skills' mother and them were together, but Skills ain't from a rich family. His dad works in the mill yard. You know what I mean? So I definitely thought that he was the next Nathan. They didn't go that route, and we'll talk about that later.
All right. I also like that they're very like they don't try to make this fake thing. Like, they were very open about how it's a stark difference between what's going on with, the white, students and what's going on with skills, especially, in season 4 when they showed like, his father and how, he had a job waiting for him.
Yep.
I like that because it's the truth and what it is. Don't lie and try and make it seem like it's all colorful and popcorn. It's just different. It's just what it is. So Peyton calls Brooke and she's like, girl, this is not fun. Let's go back to One Tree Hill. Essentially, that's what she said. Hey, I'm not having fun anymore. Let's go to One Tree Hill. And Brooke also felt like she was missing something. Well, because again, success means nothing if you can't share it with anyone. All Brooke had was a coked out Rachel
Rachel's all coked out.
She is.
Who's surprised by that?
She did fire her. I remember they had the scene where she was in the thing, and I think Rachel did something, and she had to fire her, and she felt really bad about it. But it's like, what it is. Listen,
it is what it is.
And we also get to meet Millie. So cute.
Oh God, I love Zero. Is not a size. Zero is not a size. Millicent Huxtable. Understand that? Her last name was Huxtable.
I'm crying. So basically, Brooke and Peyton devise a plan to go back to One Tree Hill. It was supposed to be a visit, so we move into the episode Racing Like a Pro, where Jamie has a race, and look at the little outfit Brooke made for him. So cute. And we love the slogan.
I'm sorry, can we look at Haley just one more time?
Literally can do any hairstyle. It's sick.
She's just amazing. I'm sorry.
Every hairstyle. The girls, they come to the house. They
oh my
God! They were so excited. They really were so excited. They're like, oh my God! Oh, when they saw Jamie,
I need you so much right now.
Oh, it was so cute. I loved it. But what I also loved in this episode is the scene with Peyton and Nathan. I loved it because I feel like Peyton knew Nathan the longest.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna kind of be very
in his head and tell him about himself. She's always told him about himself, and for what it's worth, since Nathan found Haley, he's listened to that advice. You know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty good.
Right. So Nathan's feeling sorry for himself in the hospital. Peyton's kind of trying to get him to, work out so that he can walk again. And he says something like, oh, my life is over, whatever. And Peyton says, first of all, shut up and take a look around. I just watched this episode yesterday, so that's why it's fresh in my mind. She said, take a look around and see all these children who have, these illnesses that they will never, get better from. And she says, most of the children here would die for your life. In the sad, most of them will. And left him speechless. I was like, yes, Peyton, yes. Get in his ass. I'm sorry. He needed it. He needed it so bad because I couldn't take it. Like, especially just from what he was doing to his family. I loved it. I was like, yes, Peyton, thank you. What did you think about that scene?
All of it was amazing. It's just, again, this shows... What I like about this show is the growth. To me, early on, they wasn't really friends. And you speak about how Peyton and Brooke friends, but this episode showed that and showed people listening and showed, to me, this was a lot of growth. That's why when you said it's one of your favorite seasons, because you see the growth of them. You see the understanding of them. And what I like about television is it's hard for me to watch a show that stays in year one. You know what I mean? One of the things I bring about all the time about my favorite show, Entourage, is that they grew every year. Eventually, they weren't supposed to live together no more. They got to grow up and go on about their own. So I love that about this episode as well.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And it was also funny to see Peyton reacting to Lindsay. I think she...
Well, have you seen Lindsay? I mean, you did see Lindsay, right?
Lindsay's gorgeous.
I'm going to look at your face when I say this. She's prettier than Peyton, ain't she?
Anyways, no. No, I don't.
You don't think she's prettier than Peyton?
No, I don't. I just, because you know what it is? A big part of me, looks, is also the personality.
Of course. I agree with that 100%. It's
kind of like, I love Peyton.
So was there something wrong with Lindsay's personality?
Yes. She tried too hard.
Really?
She tried too hard. I don't like people who try too hard.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like this is coming from a Peyton fan.
No, she came off a little insecure a lot of the time.
She was, and Peyton is the poster girl for insecurity.
Yeah, no, definitely. But there was other things about Peyton that I know. Lindsay, I don't know anything about
We
her.
don't know nothing.
I've
I
had
get that.
4 seasons to kind of understand
I
Peyton
get it.
with her
I get it.
flaws.
But on the surface, we knew nothing about these two girls. Lindsay's hot.
Lindsay's beautiful. I'm not gonna say either is ugly. They're both beautiful.
Those green eyes.
Peyton has green eyes too.
I know, but her green eyes look like
her eyes are greener.
The sea of tranquility. Like the deep ocean of the Norwegian lights. The green in her eyes.
What's going on right now?
I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
So Jamie decides that he doesn't want to race. Threw her phone into the water because Victoria kept calling because she wants her to come back to New York because that's reasonable. We always can block numbers. But Brooke, and that's, oh my God, that's just something, I don't know. It just always kind of rubs me the wrong way with her, how she just so frivolous with money.
Who, Brooke?
Yes.
Yeah, she just doesn't give a shit. That's where her mom was always on her.
Yeah.
Brooke will spend whatever. I like that about Brooke. Like, I'm right here, B. Davis. I mean, you've had every job. You've been a fashion designer. You've been a cop. You're a doctor now. Like, I don't know who has a better TV career, Brooke Davis or not Skills, Smash from One Tree Hill. Because since he's played, One Tree Hill, from Friday Night Lights, Smash was a football player, couldn't play football, got to college, got to pros. Then he went to Grey's Anatomy and went off to spiritual lane with Dr. Yang. Then left that, and now he's a producer on Queens. And then he was the teacher, the first black teacher in Wonder Years. Yeah, I watch too much TV. So I just wonder who has better careers. That's all. But Brooke D. Davis has had a great career. She can afford me. I've seen indecent proposal. There is nothing indecent about your proposal. Just bring it. Okay. My wife said for $1 million, you better blow her back out.
I'm crying. Not this. So after Nathan gets a good talking to, now he's ready to shave his face and try. He has a little dinner ready for Haley after she had a long, annoying day, which I thought was so cute, but he needed to cut that hair too. Get that out. So Nathan's on the road to getting his crap together. And then you have Peyton, who's, oh my God, the scene in the club when they all saw Lindsay and then Peyton just disappears into the shadows of the crowd because she was like, didn't really want to talk to her because she just was like scared to know her. And I think what it was for Peyton was, if I get to know this girl, I'm going to like her more than likely. And then I'm going to feel bad.
I don't like this girl. I love the club scene. I love this scene. The only scene that beats this scene is the library scene.
Her name's Lindsay, man-face Lindsay. That was so good. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's just like, oh, your man proposed to you with the same ring he proposed to me that. Ta-da! I was like,
oh my God, what a checkmate.
No, the face that Brooke and Haley make is like, oh my God.
You're like,
did she lie to her? Because it was exactly the same damn ring.
It was the truth.
It was the truth. She did she did try to fix it because that's your Peyton for you. Always trying to be the best girl in the room.
You're jumping the gun though.
I'm sorry, you did it.
You're right, I did, but that was just it just popped in my head. So now we have the next episode, which is.
You better show all these pictures you didn't brought up.
I am. I'm about to get to it now. Okay, actually, I don't want to skip till I forgot to remember to forget yet, because that's a very, very integral episode for the entire season. What I want to talk about is there was an episode in between. I forgot the name of it though, but it was basically Brooke having her opening for her shop. That they've decided
Karen's shop. They read Karen's Cafe.
Karen's Cafe, yes, they turned Karen's Cafe into, this
Clothes Over Bros boutique,
which I thought was
nobody can afford.
I'm crying. And you know what? That was Victoria's fault, and I didn't like that. That was so messed up. She literally set Brooke up for failure because she told Millicent to bring only the couture outfits, which you know are expensive. None of the regular clothing because she wanted to
sabotage her own daughter. Because she's just as bad as Dano.
Yes, I'm surprised they never were a thing. They should have had
her and Dan should have definitely had bumped some ugly somewhere.
They're literally the same people.
They are.
Very similar. Victoria is Dan in the beginning. Now Dan is on his, I killed my brother, but hey, guys.
He got 4 years in prison though, by the way. He got 4 years in prison for murder.
disgusted.
That's a hard storyline to stick
I
for
was
good behavior. You can murder somebody and get 4 years. Well, I'm
right.
not going here.
I'm like, good
I got a
behavior.
couple of people I might want to go murder. Sorry.
Right, so you can get out in 4 years. Like, it's
Yeah.
all right, I'll be out in 4. It's okay.
I can do 4. No, actually, I can't do 4 days, let alone 4 years. Have you seen Oz?
No.
I ain't going to jail, man. They ain't gonna have me tied up to a bed like I'm at a BC slave. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm not going to jail.
So for some reason,
God,
Lucas says, "Oh yeah, let me take Peyton to this party because that is such a good freaking idea, huh?" Peyton dress outstanding. I love it. I'm obsessed.
See, that dress shows more than what she did when she unbuttoned her button.
That's very true. And you see Mouth in the background talking to Skills because he's all upset that his boss
is making him slang him some slang for a job. Listen, bro, if you got to, it's just later we find out how much of a. Oh yeah, she was sleeping with everybody. You wasn't nothing special, dog.
I'm screaming. That was so funny to me. But he also meets Millie.
Same night he meets you. You don't even like Mouth. Don't try to act like he's a special person now. You don't even like Mouth.
I thought that he was the cutest with Millie because that's when he was kind of like humbling himself. So I feel like this man was running around here like, I want to find
throwing bricks through cars.
Yeah. Huh?
Throwing bricks through cars and shit.
Yeah, he was like, I want to find the most popular girl in the town and you need to date me. Like, humble yourself, Mouth. Find a girl who's a little bit, you know.
He wouldn't kiss Rachel during the blackout scene. And that had one of the best kissing scenes in One Tree Hill history, no matter whether you like her or not. My man Lucas and Brooke kissing outside was amazing. Okay? Almost up there with The Notebook. Okay? And that's my favorite love story of all time.
You're out of control now. Don't bring The Notebook into this.
My favorite love story of all time.
It is really
okay. Because when I see something I want, I just gotta have it. I love that movie. Seriously, it's my favorite love story. I have it on Blu-ray, I have it on HD and digital.
It's one of the best, so I understand.
Don't judge me.
So basically, Lucas is saying stuff to Peyton, which I feel is very inappropriate for the fact that, you know, you have a girlfriend. Oh, you look fantastic. Ooh. And then Brooke tries to set Peyton up with the bartender who was eyeing her. And Lucas comes and he's like, oh my God, this whole scene cracked me up. Because even when he came, he goes like this when he comes up to her. Hey, like burst in front of the guy. Hey, look at me. I'm about to leave. You ready to go? Like, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to stay. And then he grabs her and says, he's not good enough for you. Lucas, you're pissing me off right now.
Again, that's the second time he's done that. He did it to Brooke on the beach. Now he's doing it to Peyton. I'm gonna say this. You said something a few episodes ago back. Lucas is a problem. I'm sorry.
He is a problem.
He plays emotional games with these women, and I'm thinking Lucas is a good guy. Lucas is actually the bad guy in this story. The good guy is actually Nathan in this story.
The Drama Queens podcast lately?
No.
Yes. That's the one with Haley and Brooke and Sophia, Bethany, and Hillary. That's the one where they kind of go over the episodes. And they basically are like, we hate all the guys except for Jake, which is fair. Jake is least the most unproblematic of the men, if you really look back at it.
Skills? How can you hate Skills?
Okay,
what does Skills do besides knock off Nanny Dead, which is what we'll talk about later?
Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe they didn't say anything bad about Skills, but they definitely feel like of the men that
Lucas is the worst.
In the pool, yes.
Lucas is the worst.
Emotional games, and then he tries to play like he's the good guy.
I love you.
And that was so inappropriate. And I love that Peyton yelled at him. She was like, don't do that. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you have a girlfriend and you know that, you know, I feel like on some level, Lucas knew that Peyton still felt for him in a way. Just because of how she was with Lindsay, you can tell. It was like obvious. And I feel like he was playing on that. Lucas loves to just have Peyton. He just loves to have.
You can't play with my Peyton. Yo, don't try to play me out. I'm sorry, y'all too young for that. That was like 1990.
This episode and that argument between Lucas and Peyton, and it was funny because Lucas started writing again because he had a writer's block. But when Peyton said, your art matters, Luke, it's what got me here.
It woke him up.
And Lindsay's like, oh my God,
you're writing again? What got you writing? Oh, nothing.
Yeah,
just that love of my life just came back to my heart. I know I can get her when I want to get her.
About my art, so now I'm ready to write again. Sorry.
Now, I'm not sure if we've passed this part of the episodes yet, but Brooke talking to Peyton, like, I've played that game. Like, when you guys are in that love thing, ain't trust me, girl. Lindsay don't stand a chance. This is funny. Like,
in the club, that was that.
Okay.
That's
okay, like
the episode we're about to talk about.
Okay, boom. See, that's called transition.
Hey, so now we move into this episode, which is basically them going back in time to kind of show.
That episode. Is that this one?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And Nathan is doing well in college right now. Look at baby Jamie's head. Aww.
Oh, I just remember playing with Jamie in the dorm and his little basketball. And he said, "Ball," or like, come on, Haley. He's gonna say ball.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be his first word, no matter what. Ball or Dan.
Yeah.
Ball or Dan, just cause. But I thought that was so cute because when Lucas was looking at Haley and Nathan kiss, he remembered that time when he and Peyton kissed after they won, a game, and there was confetti everywhere. And I thought that was so beautiful.
It was.
And at this time, Lucas and Peyton are dating, but it's long distance because Peyton is in LA. So Lucas, and I felt like this was, listen, I'm still pissed about it, but I felt like this was so manipulative of him.
That's what he does.
The man went all the way to LA, surprised her, and then wanted to be like, oh, let's just get married and you can come back to One Tree Hill. Just F your dreams and come back.
I'm on him with that one though. Her dreams wasn't what she said it was. She lied about all of it. Okay. No, she did. She wasn't doing anything there. She was in the mailroom. She was in the mailroom, which a lot of people start off in LA, but she was in the mailroom.
Yeah, but that's the thing. She started out and she wanted to see it through and see if
she comes back. How long did she see it through? She never saw it through. She left to come see it through in One Tree Hill.
Years before she came back. Yeah.
Well, Tree Hill. It wasn't years before she came home.
Yeah, it was. Because
okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. This is 4 years we went back. All right, my bad. Okay, boom. Set me straight. Ooh, I watched it yesterday.
Yeah. So she tried to see through, but I don't like that because it's like, don't try and ambush me. First and foremost, we're literally like at this point they're like 19. And I know that maybe you've been hanging around Haley and Nathan so much that you think that's normal, but that's actually not normal, sir.
Not normal.
We're 19 years old.
It's not normal to be Michael in a mirror. Sorry. It's not normal to be Nathan and Haley. It's not normal to be Great Balls of Fire, and his cousin at 13. It's not normal to be Priscilla and Elvis. It's not normal.
So
it's not normal to be like 500,000-year-old Damon or Stefan and 17-year-old Elena. Just saying, it's not normal.
It was like 100 and something.
Yeah, actually. All right. Yeah, I agree. I was being sarcastic.
I know. I'm playing.
That's gonna be our next series, y'all. Look out, Vampire Diaries. We coming at you.
Don't give me
Don't give me started.
Worse. You want to hear it? It's even worse.
As long as you're on team Rebecca. As long as you're on team Rebecca.
You think I go bad with Peyton? I go crazy for Elena.
I like Elena Gilbert. I like Elena Gilbert a lot, and she chose the right man.
She did. Absolutely.
Okay. Right? But I'm still team Rebecca, and I'm 100% team Klaus.
That's fair. Those are fair. So I didn't like this because I felt like it was a bit manipulative. He's basically like, drop what you're doing. And
because you're about to ruin the image and style you used to. Yes, it was, listen, come home.
No, it's for her. Like, you have to allow people to, fall on their heads. You have to allow people to get that, experience. There's been a billion times that you go do something and maybe it doesn't, work out, but you have to get that life experience. You have to go through it. You can't just be, and I don't like a man trying to tell me, drop everything you're fucking doing and come back home and let's get married at 19.
Well, have you ever had a man tell you that?
Why? No, because they are.
So we're all not like that. That's TV. We tell them, look here, motherfucker. I said I love you. If you love me, you bring your ass.
Lucas, I didn't like that. I don't like that.
It was definitely caveman mentality. It was.
Sprung it on her, and then it was like an ultimatum at that because she said, "Let's just wait. Let's just wait until we're a little bit older." And he's like, "No, you're saying no. I'm done." Like, oh my god.
Can I say one thing about that scene that really bothered me? And I mean, we went back and we rewatched it. That bothered me the most.
What?
That little ass bed low to the ground. What? You're supposed to be in a Hollywood Hilton, is what it was. Am I wrong? It was like a Hollywood Hilton or some shit like that, right? What bed's on the fucking floor? The bed was on the floor.
Why is that?
I'm sorry, because when he was sitting down waiting on her to come back, he was so on, like his knees was touching his forehead. You know what I mean? Because he was on the ground. Like, you got all this money for this expensive room. I'm sorry. It just bothered me. I'm a tall guy. He's tall. You don't want that little ass bed. I went downstairs and reported that bed immediately. Like, where's the, you know?
That was the takeaway for the scene. Why is this bed so damn short?
It was.
But basically, Peyton just like, let's just like wait. Like, why does it have to be like I don't understand like why Lucas did that. Like, it really felt like an ambush. Like, it was a serious ambush. And he just breaks up with Peyton, I guess, and Peyton's obviously upset about it. Like, oh my god, I feel like that was so avoidable. Like, literally, Lucas, what the hell? Like, I hate when he does that.
I don't want to jump scenes, but I'm looking for pictures of Lindsay, and I told you why. He came out better on the other side. I mean, he's like literally right after this.
Oh,
he's going to the airport.
After, no, let's talk about this after the fact. And then he goes to New York.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, Brooke again. Brooke is always going to be the rebound." This was even more proof to show Brooke is always his rebound. The man took a flight to New York to make out with Brooke to feel better about the fact that Peyton said no to his proposal. I don't know. Okay,
so it's him and Peyton. Okay,
I'm just saying it was funny.
It was very funny. He tried to smash.
Look it up. Look at how cute Haley and Nathan are.
Oh, God, look at Haley. She's never bad looking. I'm sorry. Get my dad perv on.
You know what's funny about this? Even in this episode, Nathan had like a interaction with someone.
Yeah, with a teammate. Well, one of the fans or somebody was talking trash on the way where you still suck. Is your son going to shave points like you shave points in high school? And he still got into an altercation. So
right. And I think Whitey had to stop it. But I think that was kind of foreshadowing that Nathan has a problem with walking away.
Well, Nathan's a temper problem. Dan's his father. He's never been taught how to heal that problem. Haley tries to tell him about it, but he has not had proper counseling or anything else like that. So he does what typical alpha male athletes do. You know what I mean? You're not gonna talk trash to me. I'll punch you in the face, right? So that's what happened.
I think that the scene was meant to foreshadow for the future when he also loses his cool at that sneaker
party. It was very much so than him getting thrown out the bar. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Should have walked away then. He didn't. Should have walked away then. He didn't. And this is where we see Mr. Nathan just looking like a piece of trash. All the drink bottles are gone and the trophies are gone, and he's just flat out piece of shit. Look at him. You girls think he's sexy there? I don't think so.
Some girls find that hot. Some
women found that Nathan hot.
I'm telling you, I've seen
those women don't have no life. They talk about how men can't get laid. It is the new world we live in. Unfortunately, I grew up in a real world where you have to actually work to get some. Today, you have an app.
To work.
So yeah, heck yeah, you had to work to get a girl back then. My grandma tell, why these girls calling the house for you? You can't even buy them a hot dog.
I'm trying. Not this.
Now you can just pick up an app and say, hey, plenty of fish. But boom. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. I'm just saying. Continue.
So Lucas also gets a call from his editor, Lindsay, and they say that his book has been picked up. So that kind of goes into, where, Lucas meets Lindsay and settles. So Lindsay. Now after this episode, we move on into In the Club, which was one of the funniest episodes of the whole season. They were in a club for majority of this episode, and it was Peyton being like, I'm good, like it's fine, like I'm gonna pay, you don't have to let me stay in the studio for free, I'm gonna pay, don't worry, I'm getting the money together. And she kept trying to pay Lucas the entire night, and Lucas kept saying, no, I'm not taking your money. And she kept trying to find ways. She sent it in a cup from the bartender to get to him. It was just so absurd.
The rent for the studio.
Right. And then Lindsay's walking around.
For Trick. Because Karen also gave them Trick. Right.
Right. Exactly. So Peyton and Lucas are having this tit for tat back and forth. And Lindsay's walking around hoping that Lucas will give her some attention. And kind of like, I'm leaving because I just don't want to see Peyton and you guys and this, and I'm good. And so she left, and Lucas is still trying to figure things out with Peyton. But also, let's talk about Nanny Carey.
Oh God, Nanny Carey was hot.
Nanny Carey, she was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. And I feel like she was planting seeds. Like her being in the club, she was trying to like show, oh, I'm so normal. Ha, ha, ha. But we know she's crazy.
At this point, you already knew she was psycho. Like no.
Yes. And she was plotting, and she was here flirting with Nathan. That's Nathan right there. You can see him.
Stupid idiot flirting.
Coming it up with the crazy lady who's trying to steal his whole family, and he just doesn't realize. And here goes Lindsay. She's just so angry at Peyton because she knows her man wants him.
Look at
Lindsay. Luke is back there.
Look at Lindsay. Actually, Luke is back there having a fantasy fit. And look at the Pussycat Dolls came on new season that year. So just put that out there. We had I think we got Hellcats in season 5 too. Or was that season 6? We got the commercial for Hellcats.
I miss Hellcats. I'm so mad that got canceled. Sick. So mad. So basically,
yes, I'm heterosexual, people. I know about Hellcats.
I can't. So Lucas goes to Peyton's office. He's like, oh, what's your problem? Like, what are you doing? And then Peyton just says, because I love you, and I should have, just said yes. Like, he just really beats women into submission, is what it is. Mentally,
he's a woman beater. Jesus.
He mentally beats women into submission. And so Peyton says, I love you. And they kiss. And it's such a cute kiss.
Look at that kiss.
Beautiful song playing. One of my favorite songs in general, actually. Stay away from.
I do like Peyton.
Stay away from me. And then you have
beautiful people,
Haley, who's never done anything wrong in her entire life, standing there. Why is she always around when they're kissing, first and foremost?
Again, gotta be goody two shoes, holier than thou, Peyton. Haley, which I can't wait till we get to the day before the wedding.
Oh my God, you guys are kissing? How dare you?
Ew. Oh my God, I should tell Lindsay.
Like
hello.
Has no type of loyalty. Like
gagging with a spoon. Right, like Luke is supposed to be your boy. Where's the loyalty?
Nothing. No. She always thinks and I'm like, girl, and that's why
because she's so hot.
This is why I bring up why I was so proud of Peyton for how she approached Haley when she had kissed Chris Keller when she was married.
Bring that guy
so much better than what Haley does. Haley is always accusatory and judgy, where Peyton's like, hey girl, so I think you kissing him. Like, come on, Haley. I was not feeling Haley. And then here she is, all with the attitude with Peyton. Girl, shut up. Anyways, worry about your man, because your man's about to get took. That's what you need to have been worried about. And so, wait, where do we go? When we have the for tonight, you're only here to know episode.
Oh, this is the locked in the library, and we got to see old Timmy, who I just missed you guys because I'm slow, so they put me in slow school, so I'm delivering pizzas now. I just wanted to hang out with you guys, and we're stuck in the library on my man's first game, and we're all going to be stuck in here like a bad episode of The Breakfast Club, not the stupid one everybody watches with Charlamagne the Stupid God, but the real one by such a great comedian, actor, and Molly Ringwald and John Hughes, the director. That version of The Breakfast Club. Oh, put me back on screen.
So they're not feeling each other. Peyton has her backup girl, which is Mia. And
Mia Catalano.
Girl, which is, I guess, Haley, because Haley's a hater. Boom, boom. And then Brooke is there.
You say Haley the hater?
Haley was being a hater. Haley was just, I was not feeling her energy. I was like, oh, you don't have no type of loyalty. You're not the type of girl I'll bring in the field. But so Lindsay's talking crap to Peyton, and Peyton's kind of taking it for a little minute. So then Peyton turns around. She's like, okay, I'm about to get in that ass since you want to keep trying to be smart with me. And she lit her up. And we know what she said because we said it earlier. Man face Lindsay.
Man face Lindsay. There ain't nothing manly about Lindsay's face, by the way.
Ring.
Nothing manly. There's nothing manly about her face, by the way. I'm just saying.
I mean, her head is a little round, but...
That makes you a man face because your face is round? You do know you have a round face. There's nothing manly looking about you.
Heart-shaped face.
Hold on. Let me do it. It actually does. You get that. It comes with the reverse heart-shaped face.
Oh, come from my head. I got a heart-shaped head.
Is that a Finn Balor hoodie you got on? Ugly Christmas sweater? I like it.
I have so much Finn Balor merch just always around.
It doesn't matter. You're not going to Mania, so nobody's going to see it. So
I'm really sad. Um, so Brooke talked to Peyton, and Peyton felt bad about it. So Peyton apologized because Peyton isn't a mean person, but if you push her, she's gonna light you up.
Ask Brooke Davis about that shit.
Listen,
beat my girl's ass.
Please leave my girl alone.
She's a scrapper.
She's
definitely a scrapper.
So after the show, after everything's done, Haley goes home. And what does she see?
This chick, Nanny Carey, goes in the shower with Nathan, acting like Nathan asked for it and called for it. And all right, so what? Part of him. Listen, it's normal for a guy to want a hot chick. All right. But what's good about it is that Nathan did cool her off and he was not there for it. So I thought that was cool because old Nathan might have knocked her off.
No, especially when he was watching her when she was in the pool naked.
The pool scene. Yeah, I mean, like, that ain't his fault.
Right
that wasn't his fault.
He definitely should have said something right then and there.
Maybe.
He said, don't be in the pool, like, in a bikini. And she said,
he did tell her.
Pool in a bikini. I'm going to be butt
ass. He said if Haley called, you'd have been fired. He told her. You know?
But Nathan was enjoying the view. That's what that was.
Definitely enjoying the view.
Which I get. She's very beautiful. But so now Nathan gets kicked out. Haley is pissed, which I feel like she was so... I didn't like it because I feel like she was being so unreasonable to not even listen to Nathan.
I don't know if that was unreasonable, to be completely honest with you. We're talking about this guy's past. Okay? She just got over she got over sex tapes and everything else. And you're right. I'm not disputing that. If you walk into the house and you see your man in the shower with another woman, it's at that point, go so I can clear my head and we can talk about it later. But for right now, and she said that to him, just go. We'll talk later. But for right now, you got to go. And honestly, as a male, I've never been caught in that position, thank God. But I'm quite sure if I go to, hey, babe, you call me in the shower with a hot-ass nanny nurse, you know what I mean? She's going to tell me to get the fuck out. I'm just saying. Yeah. In that case, you go, if I'm going to lose my wife, I should at least got some.
I feel like after a while, she wasn't even allowing him to, like, speak, which led to this whole thing.
She blamed him for that shit, too.
Yeah, she was like, you're the reason Jamie's drowning. Get out. I was like, Haley, girl.
He's also the reason why he was saved.
I'm like, girl, Haley, girl, come on now, stop this. So I just felt bad, and I feel like Peyton also in this time span of these episodes was coming to the place where she was okay with the fact that this is with this person, and I'm happy for them, and I'm just gonna be, doing my own thing, and that's when she started focusing more on, the music, and producing Mia's
Mia Catalano. Oh God.
Catalano. Love her.
Mia. Besides that nose looking like, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H's daughter, she had it going on.
Oh my God.
Her schnauzer was amazing.
No.
She's still cute. I'm just saying, everybody got flaws. Look, I got a hat on. I got a five head. I mean.
And then we had Victoria being rude to
this episode was just look at her. Look at Cruella DeVille, bitch of a mother back there.
Yeah, this is a good photo.
When all Brooke really wanted and all she's ever wanted was the approval of her mother.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is where, like, mom's bad. Like, we're overselling the season, hoping that people saw this season. So y'all know we're going and what we're skipping. It's okay. We know we're skipping as well. Yes. Mom's just completely bad. A bad apple. As rotten as it can get. Only cares about herself, seamlessly, not her daughter. Now, if she cares about her daughter, at least I still would say when it comes to the worst fathers of all time or in the top 10 worst fathers of all time, Dan Scott, he does love his kids. As oddly as it is. I don't see any love from her at all.
I think Victoria just sees her as a money cow, which is why I didn't understand why she was the way she was towards Brooke, because it's like Brooke did everything that you wanted. You have $1 million company, all these things, and you're still so terrible to her. I didn't understand it whatsoever. So now we move on.
And now it's getting good.
200. This is the big wedding episode.
Oh, okay.
It's also the 100th episode, which
was it really? So from one?
Yep.
To 100.
I'm crying. And the funny thing about it was Peyton's car was an integral part to this.
And this, listen, for what it's worth, why did she, like, come on.
What?
You published this man's book.
Yeah.
And you just not realize that Comment was her car.
Right. I don't know, girl. I don't know. But I think a part of Lindsay wanted to be blissfully ignorant. to
of
it.
course, anybody does when they believe they love someone, and they know in their hearts that love of theirs belongs to somebody else, and they're trying to overlook that person's in love with someone else because they love them. Generally, he did love her.
Right.
She was a consolation prize. Not even a consolation prize because the prize was still there to be taken, as we see later. So
a rebound. She was a rebound.
She was definitely a rebound.
That's it. Like Lucas is king of rebounds, to be honest.
He is the rebound king. Too bad maybe he should have point and shaved some rebounds.
I'm crying. So we also get to finally see Lily.
Oh, Lily.
Lucas's little sister. Andy and
technically that's the aunt of the cutest kid ever.
I know,
technically.
That's crazy, right? They literally were born the same
day, and that's the aunt.
But so that's cute. Karen and Andy came back to see the wedding, which I thought was so cute. Then we have Peyton here looking so sad.
They came back for the wedding though. How can you forget that? See, that kid's not as cute as James Lucas Scott. Just saying.
I think it's just the way she's sitting. But but Peyton's here and she has a whole dream. Not even a dream. I think it was like what's the other word for dream? Like
premonition?
Not a premonition. She had like a daydream.
Daydream. Okay. I think that was another word for it. That was just one happened at night, one happened in the day. But I got you.
I'm crying. Now she basically had a thought of like if she were to just say, "Lucas, I love you because you fixed my car," and then Brooke is like, "Oh Lord!" Like
still said he had her back.
He did.
Still said, "I got your back, babe."
Like, if you want me to help you, like let me know, which I thought was so cute. And then Lindsay leaves her pouch on Peyton's car, and then when she looks at it, she sees it. It says the comment.
She sees the comment.
And then she has an epiphany at this point.
Look at her. God damn.
She's beautiful. And then so she's basically like.
And she's rich.
He saw the comment and felt as though his life had meaning. And he realized that was about Peyton. And Lucas, I don't understand if he has like a mental block every time. Because this was the same thing that happened for, some You Giveaway, that episode where he finally kissed Peyton with the confetti. Is he like mentally blocked how in love he is with Peyton? And people have
he's just listen, for what it's worth, she's played with his heart too.
I think it's like him protecting himself that he kind of literally has a mental block for it. And then people have to like snap him out of it and be like, bro, you're in love with this girl. Stop wasting everybody's time. And then he's like, holy crap, I am in love with this girl.
Look at the One Tree Hill new episodes Monday, April 14th, which means this was a mid-season finale. And back then you were getting 4 months. So this probably went off in like mid-November and didn't come back on to April. Yo. Just so you'll know, like that's crazy. They would play like Whose Line Is It Anyway for a few weeks. You would have the iHeart concert at this point in time, right? Or Sun Kiss concert at that time. Then they would rerun every episode from season 1. That's the way that CW and the WB did it back then. You're like, I'm still going through that now with them.
But I feel like they like that because it makes you
come back for more. So, can't wait 3 years like Atlanta did. Like I think the new episode of Atlanta came out. But it's been 3 years. I'm still gonna watch it, but damn, 3 years for the last time there was an episode.
That is insane. So what also happened this episode was Nanny Carey. She had a big plan. She cut her hair so it was the same. It looked just like Haley's hair.
Yes,
which was very weird, obviously.
At the wedding, yep.
And then Dan's like hovering around. Like I've never seen someone be so disrespectful. It's like, why are you here? Why are you here? And you got a suit on. Why do you have a suit on? Did you think you were going to get invited to the wedding of the guy who's basically his father you killed? Because Keith was his father. Where is the absurdity? If it's one thing Dan Scott will have, it's the audacity. Why are you here?
The unmitigated gall.
Like, why are you here? Genuinely. He's like sitting in cars, sitting across the street, watching them. It's creepy, bro. It's creepy. Look at this. This is creepy.
Well, he's creepy.
He is creepy with that stupid haircut.
With that, ever since 90210, stupid haircut. Told y'all, episode 1 or 2, I told y'all I showed you that picture. Creepy Dan.
This man. Honestly, I would have put a restraining order if I was Lucas. If I would have been that petty, I would have put a restraining order on this man. Because why?
This crazy ass nanny just steals the cutest kid in TV history.
She did.
Tried to dye his hair. I'm gonna kidnap you. I'm gonna keep you because you belong to me. Give him candy. You know you can't just give a kid candy and think he's gonna be happy.
Right. I'm like, and even Jamie started to realize, oh, this girl's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
oh. And Dan, because he was outside stalking
Captain
Lucas,
Save Dan.
like, I can't. So I can't. It's only the reason this worked out is because he was stalking the wedding of the guy whose dad he basically killed. I can't. But anyways, it worked out, I guess, this time because he was able to choke the hell out of Nanny Carey and
Look at the faces, though.
scare
Look at
her.
the faces. You know the greatest part about this episode, honest to God? The fact that after this episode went off, the next episode, it starts off with Lucas running outside to punch Dan. And then Nathan comes and punches Dan. Dan whoops both their asses himself.
What that man did in jail, but he really
he whooped both their asses.
like. But and in my head, I'm like, why are you fighting back? See, that's what I'm saying about Dan. I don't care. You should take them, eat those hits, because you deserve it. You deserve worse, actually. Like, I just couldn't believe it. But he brought back Jamie. Everyone was happy. Haley was so upset. Skills was distraught because he felt like it was his fault. And it was just, I felt bad. I felt really bad for Skills. I really did. And then Lindsay basically left. She told Lucas that he needs to figure out what's going on with him because clearly he's in love with Peyton. And, Lucas was pissed. So now we move into the next episode. And,
it was Skills' fault, though.
Huh?
It was Skills' fault.
It was. He definitely should have went with him. I mean, that was a big church.
That's a big church.
Really big church. If it was like small, one floor.
Cute as he is, I can go, and I get it. I can go to the bathroom myself, and I feel that all the time. But again, as I've said before in these episodes, I'm just like that today. My kids go to the movie. We go to the movie theater called the Batman, and they went to the bathroom. I can't enjoy those parts of that 2-3 minutes where in the movie theater while they're gone to the bathroom. I'm just study watching the door, like, please, kids, come back in the door. Right. So I mean, I guess it's not his fault necessarily, but I see why he took blame for that. But go ahead.
No, definitely, and I feel like it was a really big church, honestly, for him to go all the way upstairs and stuff. I feel like it was way too big for him to let him go. So I got why he felt the way he felt. So after that, we basically have them kind of all picking up the pieces since the wedding. Peyton is upset because she feels guilty. And I mean, yeah, it kind of was, yeah, you should feel guilty. It kind of was your fault, but it's like, you can't help who you love. And Peyton tried so hard to even, repress
hold back. Yeah.
And stay away from Lucas as much as she could. But Lucas always just wanted to be in her space. And, because it's fine. We're friends, Peyton. We're friends. Like,
oh, no. We friends with benefits.
He's so manipulative in his ways. And then Brooke decides that she wants to have a baby. So that's when we get baby Angie, who she adopted. And Lucas wanted to help. Look at that. Look at how she's looking at her. Oh, so cute. So cute. And Lucas decides that he wants to help Brooke and be there for her because, again, another rebound. This is his favorite thing to do.
The true villain of the show is Lucas Scott. Yo.
It's a shame. This way. And then we have the episode Hate is Safer Than Love, where Peyton sees Lucas after he's really come to the point where he realizes, Lindsay's not coming back. And so he's dramatic and he's getting obliterated at the bar. And
obliterated.
Yeah.
He was getting sauced, in other words, for those who don't know what that means. He
was
getting saucy.
Also, let's talk about Jamie having his little party. That was so cute. Look at Nanny Deb.
All he wanted to do was play a little rock band. How hard is that? Remember, she kicked him out. She kicked Nathan out. All he wants is his family. He wanted rock band. Anybody remember this stuff? Rock band was popular back then.
I know. And she would just like, like all this extra stuff. I'm like, girl, enough. But what I hated about this was when Peyton took Lucas home, he looked at her and said, I hate you. For what reason? I don't even know because he didn't even mean it. He just said
because he told me no. Then you ruined my life after that. What do you mean? That's how he felt. That's what liquor make you do.
Because but that's another thing. He brought that on himself. Lucas brings things on himself a lot. So fast forward, Brooke had to give up Angie because they found her actual, her actual parents. Because this was a tip.
This is after the surgery and everything, though.
Yeah.
God, man.
And then we have.
Don't be showing me crying.
I'm crying. Anyways. So then they have.
Oh, I'm crying.
I like this scene because I thought it was so cute when, you know, Nathan and Haley finally, you know, fixed their differences and they said that we want to be a family. So they're all throwing each other around in the pool for fun. And Haley just looks so happy in this moment.
Didn't like the scene. She had too many clothes on. I couldn't see nothing. Sorry. She did.
And also Malcolm and Millicent are doing well. Brooke had like a little bit of a thing with Owen, the bartender. At one point, he was butt naked in the back of her car, and she kicked him out, which I didn't like. I felt like, okay, Brooke, now, like, you're upset because he kind of came in and came out because you just randomly are like, I want to have a kid. Like, this guy is like, you're all 21. At this point, they're 21 years old, and this guy is getting into a relationship with you, and then randomly you're like, I want a kid, and you guys haven't even really been dating for, like, longer than 2 months. Even. Yeah,
okay.
The guy's gonna be spooked by that, Brooke. Yes, like I don't understand why she was so confused. Why Owen was so spooked by the fact that she just randomly was like, "I want a kid." Girl.
Oh, let's just say that he made out like a fat rat. Did Joe Magliano?
He did.
Okay, he's married to Sofia Vergara. So the rest is history.
She's stunning.
Oh, yeah. What an upgrade! No offense, Brooke Davis.
Oh my goodness.
No offense.
So basically, now we have Peyton is upset. She's throwing water balloons, which I think is absurd. Why are you throwing water balloons from the roof onto cars? You
childish things to do.
Years old.
It's okay.
Just go home and cry like everybody else. Throwing water balloons is not the way to go. So Lucas and Peyton have a conversation, and she just talks about how much she loves him and how she had a dream, you know, that, you know, she said yes that night. And
she should have said yes, yeah.
Right? And Lucas says that was just a dream, and she said, but it was my dream.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper, and my bad.
I'm crying. So we get the infamous airport call. Shaved head Lucas. I love shaved head Lucas. I already said this in season 2. Shaved head Lucas will always be a vibe.
Whoa, Nelly.
Shaved head Lucas is a vibe. So Lucas calls. He makes a phone call, and they try to make it seem like he called. Like, well, oh, who did he call? I don't know who he called. Why would he call Lindsay? She just said it's over. So she's not calling her. So I didn't think it was her. Then they try to make it seem like he was calling Brooke. First and foremost, y'all need to stop trying to make that a thing. It's not a thing. I never thought for once that he was calling Brooke. Because why would he be calling Brooke? You know, he was calling Peyton.
I hate when you said that, and you're right. But the way that I love this episode though, because it did pick that picture because he is so indecisive, because he doesn't make good decisions as well. You didn't know who he was calling. You know what I mean? And I thought that was open because of what him and Brooke went through.
Yeah.
Right. So that was just nothing but jerking us, you know, fan base of that relationship around, because it was always and it has always been about him and Peyton.
Absolutely.
And that left us off at season 5. Your takes on all the way from, you said it's one of your best seasons ever. I like this season, and the episodes were shorter moving forward. Okay, so I thought that was actually pretty good in itself as well. Sometimes we get those long episodes of One Tree Hill, and it was just a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot. You didn't know how the seasons ran, so I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was a good season. I feel like they touched on everything they needed to touch on, and obviously I get a happy ending. So yeah, I love this season because the next season leads on to my happiness. Like, I'm thriving in season 6.
Well, season 6 will be next week, people. Listen, we'll be here. You should be. Thank you for coming back. We've been gone for a few weeks. All right. But listen, she don't want this Klaus Michelson because she don't even watch Legacy. So don't even come at me.
What? I watch Legacies. I watch everything attached to the Vampire Diaries.
Okay. Just checking. So you watching Legacy. All right. Season 1, nobody should watch, but that's okay. I hated season 1 so bad. But that is Captain Shaykespeare. I am Mike Knoxxx. This has been Unpopular Reviews. One Tree Hill Review season 5. I'm actually going to finally watch all these seasons, Shay.
Yes. Now we get to see the other ones. I kind of have to, because listen, after like season 6, I was so far removed because there was all these new people, and a lot of them weren't so likable. I didn't like Alex. I'm gonna put that on record right now. I did not like Alex.
Well, who did?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Dang.
I hate. Listen, I told you I hate it. Listen, next week we'll divulge into that. I hated it as well. This is where the season. I seen the end of the season, but after the season, that's where I fell off at. Couldn't believe there was actually 9 seasons of this show, which throws me off because I could have swore I stopped at the season 7. I really thought I didn't. I thought that was the end of it, so I feel bad for not finishing this series. But we'll talk about that in the future day. But listen, guys, Captain Shaykespeare, Mike Knoxxx, we are out of here, y'all. Enjoy. Fingers.